Hi, this is a brief tutorial to help teachers and students use Google Translate in the classroom. This would help teachers and students in classrooms where students with limited English proficiency are placed and have difficulty communicating. This would free up the teacher from spending too much time helping a student who needs a lot of additional help with English language skills, and also would allow the student to learn independently all sorts of vocabulary and continue to improve their own native language by reversing translations back and forth. So here I have created a brief document that I'm just going to copy this to show that you can copy text and paste it if it already exists in digital form. When you translate it, I've pasted in English and here it is in Spanish. I can reverse the process so it helps me figure out, because sometimes translators will not necessarily understand context. So I'm going to now paste it on in this side. I'm going to change the language to Spanish up here. You can change to all different languages. You can see that you've got lots of choices. And here I am going to reverse this back into English, and you can see that this is pretty accurate. Whenever you find a word that is not accurate, you can highlight it and click, and Google will give you an alternate suggestion, which is a great way of building vocabulary because you start learning related words. And another great thing for Google Translate is you can learn cognates. So not only is the student with limited English proficiency learning English, everybody else in the classroom who's participating in any sort of learning and using this tool might also have the side benefit of learning a different language, or at least a few words, and starting to make connections. In the next part of the tutorial, I will show you how to use the iOS version of Google Translate. This is Google Translate for iOS devices, and it works pretty much the same on Android devices. You can see that I have different options for inputting the text that I want to translate. I can type it, I can paste it, I can also handwrite. So if I have a different alphabet, like say Korean or Chinese, it will detect my language and actually translate. So here I'm going to write hello, and it doesn't matter how messy your handwriting is, it will identify it and translate for you. You can also speak into the device, good morning, and it will translate for you, which is pretty good. And you can actually ask it to speak the words out loud so you can practice your listening skills. Students can practice, when they're speaking into the device, they practice their pronunciation depending on which language they are using, because if they don't pronounce the words correctly, the translator will not identify the words. So it works to practice sounds that are different in different languages as well. The last one is pretty magical, and it works best with isolated words. So I'm going to activate this, which is the camera. I love this. And if I point it to my keyboard, you can see that it actually starts translating. It's not perfectly accurate, as you can see, but it is great for, say, something that is in a book. Let's see if it will translate here, the title of my book. It's finding words where there aren't any, but it's still pretty good, and it gets everybody out of a bind, and it teaches everybody new words, which is always a good thing. That is Google Translate for iOS devices and for the browser, and thanks for watching.